morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It doesn't matter where you are because we're here with a hopeful take for the first episode. I'm Hope. This is my husband, Chris.
Hello. For the fact you're a radio host for like 4 years, you're pretty seamless at this.
It was 3, but I was a
Close
radio
enough.
host for a little bit.
The talent's exuding.
I try.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was Chris's idea
It was.
because he has plenty of ideas, and this one we can actually put into action.
Yeah, I figured we were sitting around the other day watching reality
Temptation
TV.
Island.
Yeah, Temptation Island. We're watching reality TV, and I was like, we have some
We
takes.
have opinions. We have a lot of opinions. Some of them are hopeful takes. Some of them are, what are you doing? But that's why we're here. Because we have opinions and we want to share them.
I think in general, too, like we both, and we'll tell our stories as well, but I think we came from pretty broken relationships before we found each other.
Pretty broken?
I think it's important to note,
they were highly broken.
I think it's important to note we are married.
We are. That's true. We got married last year this way. Haha. We got married in July last year.
July 31st?
Yeah, of 2025.
Shout out almost August, my birthday.
Yeah, we literally 2 weeks after our wedding was your birthday.
Yeah, it was kind of exciting.
Like 2 weeks to
It was the best wedding present I could get. Or best birthday present, whatever.
It's like your best wedding present was your birthday? Okay.
Best present in general. I was 30. Or 31, actually. It was even worse.
Like, are you good?
Yeah, it was even worse. It was 31.
That's fine. Like, we do have an age gap, but it's not that big. It's only 5 years.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny, a lot of the shows we watch too, they explore age gaps a lot, and it's a constant thing.
We watched Age of Attraction. That was weird.
I should do a watch along. Like, I envision in the future, I want to do like, not episode by episode, but I'd love to go through an episode that I thought was really interesting for a certain show and just talk about, the things that went right and wrong. I mean, Temptation Island had a few episodes where I was like, wow, this is like a train wreck. And I think we talked over the entire episode before we even got through it. It was rough.
Because we didn't start with anything normal for us either, but
we had an interesting path, honestly, getting here just in general.
At least we didn't have to make a fool out of ourselves on reality TV.
Yeah, I'm too fat to be on reality TV, I'm gonna be real.
Same.
Unless they got like Fat Guys Are Us on on an island somewhere.
I'm sure there's some sort of market for it, but like, hey, with the way that all the other shows go, we're married and we could end up on them. They ask out on LinkedIn, so.
Do they really?
Yeah, that's how some of them, like on Love is Blind, there was quite a few that they were like reached out to like through LinkedIn and whatnot. That was like, hey, do you want to come on the show? And those are the ones that always had a partner or something. We're like, yeah, sure, I'll go on for clout.
I use LinkedIn to try to find jobs or like look at what other people are doing. I'm not on there trying to find a reality show.
Trying to find a spouse on LinkedIn.
What is going on these days?
I mean, that's a very good question of what's going on these days. I don't think anybody knows. But that's why we're here with a hopeful take.
I think it's important to note, too, you guys can't see him in the camera, but one of our 2 cats is asleep off to the side on the ottoman, but he may make an appearance.
And when we're looking this way, it's because of the kitty. And he's just too cute. I'll get him at some point.
We hadn't cleaned the living room in a long time, and
he has his favorite spot back.
Yeah, the ottoman was his. It's like all bumpy and stuff, so it kind of envelops him, and he's just enthralled.
He is pleased. We have a very happy kitty. We have 2 cats. There's Waltz and Jonah. We got Jonah first. He is my emotional support cat because I'm very mentally ill, and he absorbs all of it and tries to off himself out the window. It's great.
Important to know, we did adopt them both.
We did.
I always say
we rescued them both.
Yeah, adopt, don't shop,
Yeah.
I think it goes a long way. I mean, our local animal shelter constantly full, so if you adopt animals, I think it goes a long way.
Don't shop.
Yeah.
Don't shop.
I think the first episode wanted you guys to get to know us, and that's exactly what we'll do. We'll start with how we met, our love story, where it all began.
So how did you end up in Terrace?
Ooh, we can say it because we don't live there anymore, thankfully. I was fresh out of journalism school, and at the time, the market for journalism jobs, just in general, was like so sparse.
Still is.
Well, better now. I mean, I have 7 years experience, so I guess it's a lot different. But yeah, I was, fresh out of school looking for a job, and I applied randomly, and the guy reached out and was like, "Oh, we have a job opening. We'd love to interview you." And then it was a pretty quick turnaround after that. I think about 2 weeks later, I was in a car that I just bought on the way to 2.5 weeks later, driving through America on the way to Terrace, and it was quite the change.
I'm going to preface that we live in Canada. We are Canadian. We are very proudly Canadian. We don't support.
We'll leave it there. I think that's good enough.
And
I'm here for love. I ain't here for politics.
He went through the States because it was easier than going through Canada, because
it's a full day faster. If you've driven across Canada, it is 1 day faster. I can't believe that's a fact.
Yeah. Didn't you leave Ontario into the States and then...
I live near I live near the border, and then we were able to get into the States in about 2 hours, and then, it's a pretty quick shot through, I think it was like Michigan, through the Dakotas, and then into Sask, and then from there it's kind of just flat land.
Otherwise, you're doing BC. 3 days through Ontario.
Yeah, it's 18 hours to the top of Ontario, and you're not even out at that point.
No, we're halfway through.
Yeah. So that's how I ended up in Terrace, which is important because we met there.
Terrace is very northern BC. It is closer to Alaska. It is very secluded. It's a very pretty town. We enjoyed our time there. We left very quickly for a reason.
Yeah, and I think I was there.
You were there for 5 years.
No, I mean, like, how long before we met was I there?
A year.
Was it a full year?
Just about. Because you had started.
Yeah, that sounds right.
In like August, right?
Yeah. So I started at the end of August.
Yeah, and I started in July.
Yeah, I started, or maybe I did start in like early September. I can't really remember.
I came the year after you. You had been there for just about a year when I got there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really remember it feels like such a blur because I was there and there's so much going on at the time. I was doing like a million jobs, and
sure.
Yeah, and then you showed up one day, and obviously you can tell your side.
Yeah, well, I did show up one day.
That's usually how it happens. I don't think we appeared at thin air.
I similarly had just graduated from radio broadcasting, and it was like the second job I had applied for or something like that.
That's pretty good odds. What the heck?
Well, what was even better was I was sure off the bat that I wasn't going to get it because I had made a mistake when I was applying. I applied with my spam email.
I do remember this.
At like midnight. So like right away, because I realized I was like...
Wait, what was the name of that one?
Evil Fairy.
Evil Fairy. It's not that spammy. I have game number 528. That's the one I apply to sometimes too. So
True.
I'm with you.
But yeah, I had applied with that one and immediately went, no. And so I went onto my other email and sent the exact same thing. It was like, hey, so this is the second one because I accidentally sent with my spam email and I don't want to do that. So here's my actual application. And 8 hours later, I got a response from the GM and he was like, yeah, we'll interview for you. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. So I had my interview with him and he was like, yeah, cool. And like a day later, I had the job offer and drove 15 hours out to Terrace with my ex's truck because my parents had small cars and I didn't drive. So he drove me out with some of my stuff. I moved into a box that is shorter or smaller than the living room here.
One upgrade we've made here.
Actually, thinking about it, I think it is actually roughly the size of the living room.
Yeah, with the extra small, like, what was it, the vanity plus the bathroom.
Yeah, it was really small. And I started in July the year after you. Our second cat just came into the room. He was very skittish.
Yeah, and they're always, usually if one of them's in a room, they like to be together, so they'll come wandering.
But they're still not sure about each other all the time.
Yeah.
So they want to be within the same vicinity, but they can't be on each other. Not yet.
Yeah, so then, the day we met.
Anyway,
you remember the day we met?
Oh, yes, I do. I talked about it in our vows.
I know. I remember it quite well too. It's one of the only picture perfect memories I think I have in my life, actually.
Aww.
I know, it's weird. I got bad memory these days. I'm old.
I wish I had a bad memory, but I don't. I only have a good memory for things that I don't need to remember.
That dark hallway. The little light coming from my office.
It was a very dark hallway. So the station that we worked in was a classic rock station, and it was
unnamed.
Yes, it is unnamed. And it was the building itself was okay. I guess it's not like it was just the radio station there.
It was
There
a
was
more modern building, I would say, yeah. At least for
yeah,
that area.
there was a couple offices in it as well, and I walked in the building and was like, I don't even know where I'm going. Oh look, there's signs. Follow the signs. Like I walked in and I was being introduced to a handful of people, and then I turned around and there was a big giant man standing in front of me, and I was like, "Oh, hi." And he's like, "Yeah, hi, I'm Chris." And he put his hand out, and I'm like, I don't remember what to do with my hands.
It was a
I
very
don't wanna
awkward
shake a hand.
handshake. I do remember that.
And I don't know why.
You just put your hand in mine, and I just shook a dead fish, basically. The old classic.
I'm not. I can shake a hand. I know how to do that. My brain just shut off, and I know why it shut off. I was very annoyed with myself at the time about it because I was like, "Why am I in a relationship?" Okay.
It was a funny thought. I was not.
Yes, you were.
Technically not at that time, no.
Oh.
Yeah. We've had this conversation before, and I think because there's a lot of confusion on the timeline. No, I think we were like off and on for a while when I had moved out, and I think we had like
Right.
just seen each other. Me and my ex, who were together for 7 years, we had just seen each other that like holiday season. I think that was probably the last time. I know maybe Valentine's Day might have been the last time we had really spoken, and then a couple text messages after that, and then the next like year, and that was about it.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, because I had planned. Maybe this is jumping the gun a little bit as our conversation. But yeah, I had planned to move home, and I hadn't really spoken to her, but I already had the job lined up, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going.
Oh, like the Thunder Bay one?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
wasn't a year later. That was like 2 years later.
I was 2 years total at that station, so it would have been about a year after you got there. And that entire like season from like July to July basically was
Oh.
very, very dormant in terms of any conversations.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, when you move across the country, what do you do, right? Long
Yeah,
distance is already hard enough, so
that's true.
and
Especially with somebody that you're not happy with.
we've been long distance for a long time too, and like there's perks to long distance and there's downsides, and I think we experience more downsides than anything. So
Well, I'm glad for that.
yeah. And that being said, like I look back very not fondly for the relationship, but I'm very happy from everything I learned because it's helped where we are now.
Yeah.
And I think it's helped like even just this moment where I'm like, hey, I think I could give crappy dating advice to people. Why not?
Neither of us have the best dating history. I mean,
No.
you had your fun in high school.
Yeah.
I was abused.
And I mean, all you really want to do is learn and progress and be better today than you were yesterday, right?
Well, ideally.
Ideally, I mean, we watched a lot of crappy reality shows, and nobody learns on those
No,
shows.
they don't. They learn after from all of the hate that they get.
I know it's terrible, but okay. I don't know what we'll do next episode, but we're definitely gonna dissect some reality TV.
Yes.
I think for now, yeah. So we met in that dark hallway.
It was a very dark. It was a horribly lit building.
I had a very large office, and all I had in there was a lamp,
A lamp.
and it didn't work half the time. That's what annoyed
Lamp.
me, and it was really warm.
It was really warm.
And I had two computers going in that office at all times, so it was
Yeah.
just too warm at any time, really.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
He'd be in his office, and I didn't have anybody there that I knew, and I don't like being completely sequestered and alone from everybody because, like I said before, I have a broken brain, so I just think and think and think and things that I shouldn't think. So I was desperately looking for any sort of friend at all, and Chris was the only one even close to my age in the area.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh look, you get to be my friend by default. I don't know if you were okay with that, but you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I mean, I was friends with basically everybody at the station. You
Sure.
know, they had a lot of like parties and just different things going on. So I always tried to, and when you move out on your own, especially across the country, you want to put yourself out there and just make some friends and whatnot as much as you can.
True. So I'd go into his office, and my segue of figuring out how to talk to him was going, hey, do you have anything I can put in my show today? Do you have anything I can put on air that I should talk about? And every time it was no. I was like, oh.
Well, it's funny too because at the time they were making this like big pitch where they're like, "Oh, we should do like live air reads for our hosts or whatever for news," and I was like, "What a dumb idea! We have news every half hour. Like, you want more
Yeah.
news? Like." Anyway, yeah, I'm not the PD there, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
there
a
was a lot
bad
of that.
idea.
But yeah, so I'd go and bug you for an hour at a time or so, and then you'd kick me out because you had more work to do.
Oh, you'd be one of many. Like I had constant visitors in that
Oh yeah,
office, which is great. I mean, I
yeah.
loved the people I worked with. And I was always happy to chat, but I never got any work done. Never.
Nah, that's true. So yeah, I'd come and bug you, and then I'd go and do my show, and then eventually you'd come by and say that you were heading out for the day, and then I was alone in the building because it was during COVID. So we were a skeleton crew. And there was like 3 of us at a time.
I know.
It
Yeah,
was a very weird first experience in industry.
COVID was a weird time, yeah. And on top of that too, like I worked such strange hours, like at the best of times. Like as a journalist, you work anytime between 7 and 7 or 7 and 9 or 7 to 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just yeah.
it was weird. But oh, hi, Waltz.
Our cat is sniffing around. He doesn't know what's going on.
He's called Mr. Sniffs, and
But
he's very timid.
yeah, we had, and I think it was during COVID too that we really started chatting more.
Yeah.
Added
Well,
you on Facebook,
we were
texted you.
sitting there, and like at one point I was like, "Oh, I added you on Facebook." You're like, "Oh, okay. I'll go and accept it." I don't really add people. It's
I
like,
don't use Facebook. Just as a
mm-mm.
preface, I hate Facebook. It's terrible. I have to use it for my job, and every time I log in, it just hurts my soul.
I know. So we yeah, like we were talking, and like we were friends for that year, and like we had said before, we were both in relationships. I was with my ex for 3 years at that point. Yes, 3 years. Um and neither of us, unbeknownst to the other one, was happy with our relationships. But we would talk about them. We were like, yeah, no, I have this, and we have this going on, or whatever else, and then we would just kind of move on from it. And then my heart shattered one day.
Yeah, I was very unhappy with my position at that station for a variety of reasons. And I finally just decided it was time to leave. I'd had a ton of job interviews, and like the thing about news is you kind of end up taking whatever's next. So I got a
Yeah.
job offered in Northern Ontario, very northern, Thunder Bay. And
From Ontario to BC to Ontario.
yeah, so I was going back, and I think it would have been nice too. They have a good airport there. It's a very big city, and I was like, oh, this is a pretty good opportunity for me in general. Obviously, that didn't work out, which is fine. A lot of, and I think it's important to note as well, a lot of jobs in my industry, like they come and go pretty quick. A couple months in a job can be a long time. A year can be a long time. I've been pretty blessed in terms of what I've had so far. Yeah, when I had announced to Hope that I was headed to Thunder Bay, and
My heart shattered.
it's kind of what kicked everything off, to be completely
No, it did,
honest.
because otherwise I wouldn't have said anything at all.
Yeah, we kind of had feelings for each other. Things were pretty
Didn't tell
easy.
the other one.
Yeah, we were like good friends. There was definitely some attraction. It was very easy for us, and yeah, nothing was really said. I mean, I was single, but nothing was really said because I'm like, oh, that's just how it is
You
sometimes.
didn't even tell your friends that you were single.
Oh yeah, nobody knew. I was in such a weird place in my life, like, getting a mental health checked, but I was like super depressed. I didn't know what was going on. Like all the time, I couldn't really. Yeah, it was just tough to understand what the next day was, and then I was making that big move. That even at the time, I was like, oh, this is a mistake. I don't even know why I'm going. And getting there, I was like, oh, it's okay. It's a nice city, I guess, but there's just something that was missing, and
I
yeah,
was missing.
I guess it was you. Yeah, had nothing to do with getting let go from that job after a month, but
That's a whole other thing on its own.
yeah, but we were, and I think it's
Yeah.
important to know that like we really started talking. I think the bond was stronger than ever. We really connected,
Mhm.
and the time in Thunder Bay was brief for me, but I think it was more impactful. Like we definitely got to know each other. We were kind of doing the long distance thing. Yeah, I think to any couple out there, I think it's important just to get to know each other.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many couples I think that skip that. Like they meet somewhere and they just get into that honeymoon phase and they're always like happy and you know good to go, that kind of thing. But you need to iron out the kinks, right? You need to understand each other, what makes each other tick, what's important. Knowing each other's like favorite color, favorite flowers, or how much ungodly amounts of chocolate somebody will eat.
I like my chocolate.
That might be an understatement. I love you, but my gosh, and yeah,
My sugars are fine.
no, it's true, and that's all I said. I'm like, as long as you're good, we're good. Yeah, just keep eating.
My doctor said I'm fine. I can eat my chocolate.
Yeah, that's all that matters. But yeah, no, we got to know each other quite well, and then there was like this awkward.
Well, you were going to leave, and I sat there.
Yeah,
I was like, "Okay, I am engaged."
Leave from Terrace to Thunder Bay, by
but
the way.
I'm not happy with where I'm at. And I really like him, but he's gonna leave. And I'm never gonna see him again, and I'm gonna lose my friend. Well, I may as well try this anyway. So I slid into your DMs.
You did, yeah, you did.
With a very weird question.
A little bit of a scandalous beginning, I guess, but yeah.
Well, I was curious. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I had messaged him and was like, "Hey, so it doesn't really matter being you're leaving tomorrow and I'm never going to see you again, but I kind of like you. Okay, bye."
It was a few days before. What was it, like 2 days before?
No,
maybe?
it was like the day before you were going to leave. It was the day before your last day. And
Oh, maybe you're right.
because I was like, I'm never going to see you again after tomorrow, so it doesn't matter. And if you don't feel the same way, then I will call in sick tomorrow. Like that was my whole thought process. I was like, and you sat there, you're like, no, I feel the same way. And I stopped. I'm like, what?
Who?
How? Huh?
Huh?
I don't. Okay. And so we ended up messaging like all night, and you were sitting there, and you're like, I have to pack up my car tomorrow, but I don't know how I'm going to do that. And I went, I'm really good at Jenga things. Let me help.
I think it's important. I had a bunch of garbage too that I brought over to your apartment. There was
Yes.
definitely a day like this. Was you would have messaged me the day before I was done, and so it would have been 2 days before I left.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
because I did have all that garbage.
Because you're like, oh, I'm just going to go to a gas station and dump all this garbage into their cans. I was like, no, I have a giant dumpster here, and there's 3 people who live in this building. So come and use this one, and then I can see you. So you did, and then yeah, the next day I had helped you pack everything into your car, in a very weird spot of Terrace,
Oh yeah, I lived under a mountain in a forest. I guess that's kind of important to note.
surrounded by stray cats who he fed.
Yeah, they protected us from the rats and mice and birds, so
Yeah.
we just needed the army of cats.
It worked. And so yeah, we packed up his car and we cleaned some things out, and then we sat on the couch for like 3 hours watching Big Bang Theory, and just slowly migrated our way across the couch until we were like leaning on each other. And then it was, I want to say, like an hour and a half into that, and I looked at you because something had happened on the TV, and then you kissed me, and I was like, oh my god.
Scandalous. That's how we landed on Temptation Island the first time, you know?
Yes. It was our own island.
Exactly. I will say, it was a brief kiss, but I think what captured me more than anything was like that legitimate spark I felt, right?
Yeah.
It was almost like it was just something connected us in that moment.
It was like actual fireworks. It was like, oh, that's real. It's not a saying.
Yeah, it was brief. Don't get me wrong. It was a brief kiss. I don't even remember if it was that good, but I just remember that feeling inside me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just overcome by that. I'm like, holy crap! Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What
And
a
then
moment.
eventually I had to go back to my apartment, so you dropped me off.
Yeah.
And then the next day he was like, well, I'm going to take off. And I was like, well, come say bye first.
I was supposed to leave like early in the morning, and I think I stuck around for like 5 hours or something.
Well, yeah, you would.
And then I spent the whole way out because I had to get to my first hotel.
You would come to say bye first, and like we talked for like an hour or so, and you're like, I really gotta go. And then you gave me your sweater.
Oh, I did, yeah, the one that didn't fit me anymore.
But it was your uncle's, and the one that your uncle gave you in the whole.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Do we still have that?
Yeah, it's in the closet.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry.
I'm not gonna throw that out.
Off topic, yeah.
Throw that out. No.
Yeah, I gave you the sweater. I left. Went to Walmart to grab some food, and
Walmart was like 5 minutes down the road, and I get a message of, can I come back? I'm not ready to say bye to you.
I know.
I was like, yes, please. So he came back.
It was a legitimate thought of like, maybe I just don't leave.
Yeah. And then we sat outside for another like 4 hours just talking. Then you're like, okay, no, like I actually gotta go.
Yeah, and I think they always say that like distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Well, we didn't get off the phone.
No, and I think that
at all.
We basically talked for like the entirety of what, a month and a half, 2 months. I think it was about a month and a half.
It was a month and a half or so.
Yeah, because I landed and I was there for about a month, and then a couple weeks later I came back to visit. I flew back, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was.
We talked about a lot of stuff too, and we went through.
Oh yeah, we went through everything. Like we were literally on the phone, like 24/7.
Yeah, I got to know you better than I think anybody in my life. So, yeah.
Like the only time that we weren't on the phone was when you were in no service areas while you were driving.
Yeah, which only happened a few times, but every once in a while I get an assignment in a fort somewhere that I had to I had to go to, which was just frustrating.
Like I'd literally be on air at work on the phone with him. I just had headphones in
Yeah,
and be like, okay, hold on. I'm doing my break. Okay, I'm off air now. We're good.
yeah,
And yeah, and I'd walk around the office and I was talking to Chris on the phone and everybody that at the office already knew him and they're like, oh, who are you on
yeah,
the phone with?
yeah.
Well, Chris, who else? And they're like,
Say hi,
your fiance? No, don't want to talk to him.
say hi. We miss Chris.
Pretty much. There
I
was a
remember
lot of
hearing
that.
that a lot. I miss them. I miss them even now. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mel all the time. Say
Um,
hi. So it worked.
mm.
And yeah, you that the job didn't work out.
Cats
Oh,
are fighting
both
in
of them
the
are over there.
corner. Yeah, it looks like one of them is getting into a place he shouldn't, and the other one is just confused on what's going on.
That's all gonna fall, stupid.
This is at some point we'll have to just follow our cats around, but they kind of do some dumb stuff. It's okay though; they're adorable,
But they only do the dumb stuff when we're home.
and I think it's like an attention-seeking thing. But
Oh, 100%. Are you gonna?
yeah, so sorry, just to get back on
Yeah.
on track a little bit. Cats can distract us all day,
All day.
all day.
All day.
So yeah, we're talking all the time, constantly.
And then the job didn't work out for you. So
Yeah, for a few reasons, but that's fine.
there
I
was a
mean,
couple reasons, but
yeah.
it was about a month in, and you had literally moved like 35 hours. That's gonna fall.
I mean, for what it's worth, I think this is important too, by the way. Before Hope and I got together, my entire life could fit in my Mazda 3. So I had like 4 boxes, I think, and then like a couple blankets, and that was literally all I would travel with. Like it had my kitchen wares, my bathroom wares, and then I had like
2 tubs of electronics.
yeah, well I think at the time was the one type of electronics.
Well, you had one with the electronics and then one with your games.
Yeah, with the consoles and the breakable stuff, and then I had my backpack, which was just my night gear basically at the hotels.
Yeah.
So like I could, I could pick up and go at any time. So it's like the moves, they were very time consuming because driving across Canada is long.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's very easy to get around. And then so yeah, we chatted all the time in Thunder Bay, and then things didn't work out with you and your ex. I guess that part is a little obvious at this point.
Little bit.
So then things don't work out with you two.
Little bit.
So then things don't work out with you two.
I had gone home to Calgary because where I'm from.
This is scandalous. I don't think we've ever talked about this to the vast majority of people
No,
we know.
we haven't.
It's okay. I'm gonna change my name to Frederico. Nobody will know who I am. Call me Freddy.
Oh my god. Anyway.
That was yelled
loud.
bless you? Yeah, I don't know.
I
Somebody had a
don't
loud
know.
sneeze.
I think that was like a really loud sneeze. I don't think somebody yelled bless you. I think that was a really loud sneeze.
He was blessing himself. It's fine.
Anyway. Like I had said before, I was with my ex for 3 or 4 years and we were engaged. And I was not happy with him anyway. I wanted to leave, but like I just wasn't happy and I wanted to leave and went home and broke up with him and then came back to Terrace and Chris was like, hey, I might have to move back in with my parents because things didn't work out here. And I was like, or you could come and move in with me.
Yeah, it was a little bit different if I remember it. You had left and you're like, I'm gonna go do it. And I'm like, well, if you do, I'll book a plane ticket back to Terrace.
Well, yeah, you were going to come and visit me anyway.
No, and then, yeah, I booked a plane ticket.
A one-way ticket.
It was a one-way ticket at the time because I was like, I'll stay there for a little while and it'll be all good, right?
Yeah, you're like, well, we'll see when
I'm still paying for my apartment in Thunder Bay because I legitimately wasn't sure what was going to happen. We basically, yeah, the conversation that we had before I came up was like, let's see how things go.
Well, we also knew if we tested fate like that, of like, oh, well, we'll just sell everything here and move back, then it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, so I just said, we'll test to see how things go. And I'm just like, I flew back with I think it was like my laptop, some clothes, and that was it. And I told my landlord I was leaving, but I didn't tell him where I was going or what was going on. So yeah, I booked the one-way ticket, and at the time, yeah, you were living in such a tiny little place.
A box, like I said, smaller than this.
Which worked for me. I didn't have anything to bring in. You still had more than 6 times the stuff I did even in that place.
Yeah.
And then we bought some shelving and stuff. But yeah, so come in and it was just seamless. I don't know. It's not often too that you move in with somebody right after you kind of decide like let's try dating.
Especially into such a small space. There was no bathroom door.
We had no bathroom door.
So we got real close real quick.
And I mean it defeats some of the mystery, but I think it's good too because we we knew each other pretty well.
If we really needed, there was a bathroom down the hall. It was fine.
Yeah, and I think just in general too, that apartment was like it was a good testing ground for everything. You
It really
know,
was.
we didn't have a car either, which was just such a pain to get around. I think it was like a month or two before I went back to go get my stuff in my car. I think it was 2 months because I just paid my second month's rent.
It was a month and a half technically,
That sounds about right.
because you had come out at the end of July, because that was
No,
concerts.
you're right. I came back at the end
And
of
then
August. Yeah.
you were there with me throughout August, and then you went back to Ontario for your friend's wedding in September, in like the second week.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that was contingent on if I was going to stick around or not was just finding a job. I mean, jobs in that area are pretty sparse, but I had to hook up with the local newspaper, so I got hired pretty quick in that one, and then it just seemed like happily ever after. To be honest, I came
Yeah, it really
back.
did.
I worked. You worked.
We had a car.
We did have a car. Oh, it was so annoying getting around with that car, and then we ended up moving out of that. It was a little while later, but we moved out of that
It
apartment.
was about a year after.
Yeah, they had sold the building, and there was
No, they found out that it wasn't zoned for that type of
because
rental.
of the new ownership, because it had gone.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was the new owners that found out it wasn't. Yeah.
So as the new owners came in, and it's not like they're kicking us out for whatever reason. There was legitimately like, we can't have you in here. This is not allowed.
We're not allowed to lease this for a year at a time.
And there's still people living there. I'm pretty sure they moved them all month to month, which they're allowed to do.
They did. They moved them month to month, but the ones that are occupied are the ones that we lived in what used to be a penitentiary. So what we lived in was formerly 2 cells, and they took out the one wall in between, and they just kind of like boarded things. So it was weird. And the ones that are still livable are the ones that were security barracks. So they actually have separation of rooms and whatnot.
I think moving in together, everything felt like quite easy between us.
It was weirdly easy.
There was nothing that we thought was a big barrier or anything. We kind of like to say, well, I shouldn't say that. We didn't like all the same things. You introduced me to a lot of stuff I didn't know before, but
Yeah.
I'm a guy that try anything once, and a lot of the stuff that you did in your free time, I was kind of became more interested in, and
Cat. This is Jonah.
In some of my hobbies as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just kind of an interesting.
I mean, I didn't watch
time.
any wrestling before you, so
Any reality TV either.
No, I didn't. You were the one who really liked Love Is Blind.
Love Is Blind owns.
Yeah. And I said, you're like, have you watched this? I was like, no.
Yeah.
Why would I watch that? That is the ridiculous show concept. And you're like, it's great. So we watched the second season first. And I was like, okay, I see why you like it. Are you good?
And it's funny too, because at the time, like I was in, like when I watched like the first few seasons of Love Is Blind, I was in just such a broken relationship. I'm like, hey, it's me. This is terrible.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. I looked at it going,
"I'm like too hot to handle." I'm like, "Oh, these people are terrible at dating, just like me."
Oh my god!
Just ridiculous things. But then, yeah, and then everything kind of went super easy with us. And we just talked about this recently, and I think it was a conversation we had a few times. Like, moving in together is definitely abnormal when you first kind of get together. But I think on top of that too, I did initially know, I'm like, oh, I think we're just gonna get married, right? I don't think, and we had some conversations. There was some debt on your side, so I was like, I don't want to absorb this debt if we get married. And I think at the time we weren't really like official yet or anything.
No, we'd only been living in the same place for maybe a month.
And yeah, I hope to pay that off, no problem there. And then I was like, we put a plan in place once I started working to pay the rest off, and I'm like, let's get married, yeah. Let's do it. But then, yeah, I mean, so things go pretty well for a while, and then I had a buddy visit, and I was like, oh, I gotta get an engagement ring. So
well, we had moved into the,
and that's why he could visit, because we had the bigger unit, yeah.
And yeah, so I had surprised you first with bringing 2 of your friends out. You're like, I haven't seen them in so long. I really missed them. I was like, well, your birthday's coming. Hey, do you want to come and surprise him? Because we have space where you can stay now.
Yeah, we had a spare room and a good couch. We didn't have this.
We
couch,
had an okay couch.
Yeah, it was like a section. Or no, sorry.
It was
at the time it wasn't a sectional. Or sorry, I really can't remember at this point. It's such an irrelevant thing too.
It was, because it was really uncomfortable by the end of it, and he had slept on the floor. And he said that it was better than sleeping on the couch. I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because they each had a section to it, but the one side that he slept on was broken.
Yeah. So they had come out, and then the next year, Chris had invited one of the friends out again, and
My best man,
yeah,
the best boy,
who forgot he was your best man.
who also forgot all of his hair in Ontario. I always make jokes. A lot of my friends are a little hairless these days. I make jokes. I've
A little
stolen their
bit.
hair.
Yeah,
Well, they might watch this. You never know.
he's stolen all of their hair. He stole all of your hair.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've made that joke to them too. Like at the wedding when
Oh, yeah.
everybody was standing
One
around.
of them said it in their speech too. They're like, "Well, as
They
you can
did,
see,
yeah.
we have none because he stole it all."
Been growing my hair for a while, so it was quite funny.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, but wait. Oh yeah, so he came down, and at the time I was like, okay, I had some money set aside for an engagement ring. I had roughly a budget in terms of what I could spend. And
I had absolutely no idea.
when you're a journalist, you're broke a lot. Like it's tough out there. So I had some money set aside, and I was like, okay. We took a road trip up to a neighboring town, so that way Hope didn't figure it out because we knew the people that worked at the local jeweler, and I was like, I'm not testing fate here, and I knew the owner of the one like in the next town over, so drive to the next town over, go there, he hooks me up with this beautiful ring. Things go off without a hitch, sort of, and then I get the ring, and it's sitting in my closet under like a stack of boxes or whatever for I think a month and a half, or maybe a month. I think it
I
might
think
have
it was
been
a month. I don't think it was
yeah.
that long.
Because yeah, and she would clean all the time, and I was
There
scared.
was a
that
week before I was like, I'm gonna clean. Like I have an idea of how I want to organize this closet. And he's like, no.
Yeah, because my closet was a mess. It still is a mess now.
He's like, no, don't touch it. I was like, okay. I didn't think anything of it. It's like, okay, I won't touch your books. It's fine. And yeah, it was like a week after that I had come
Yeah.
home from work. And there was a note on the whiteboard.
Flowers.
There was flowers, and then I get handed a card, and I'm like, what is happening? And then because there's no, hey, I want to propose to you kind of cards, it was a first year anniversary card.
Yeah, I think it was like it was like a wedding anniversary card or
Yeah.
something, or like an
And it was
engagement
like,
anniversary
and
card.
you would
Yeah.
put into it, you're like, but there's just one thing missing. And then I had looked over, and you're on your knee with the ring, and I was like, oh my god.
I blacked out a while ago in that moment, so I don't remember any of this. I remember I'm
That's
not
okay,
even
I
kidding.
remember it.
I legitimately remember none of this.
And he's sitting there, he's like, what, will you marry? I'm like, yes, stop shaking. Oh my god.
I was so nervous. Like I knew the answer was going to be yes. Don't get me wrong. Like,
well, we had talked about it before, and like we did want to. It was just a matter of
Yeah.
when. And
there was no doubt in my mind that like she was going to say yes, but
still terrifying.
yeah, there was like there's been two moments in my life. I'm a pretty stoic guy most of the time, but when it came to proposing and then our vows, I was a mess.
He was a mess.
I was a mess.
He was a mess. I managed to not cry because I paid for my makeup, and I went, I don't want to ruin this. He cried the whole time.
I paid for my makeup too, and I cried. What was I gonna do? I just couldn't hold it in. I had this little towel, and there's makeup all over and tears everywhere.
He's like, I need something for when I'm like, here's a little towel. Put this in your pocket.
Yeah. Oh, you thought of that way. But so yeah, I'd proposed. I think this was what, a year, or no, it would have been about 2 years, right?
About 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, I think because
yes, it was about 2 years because then
It
we
took us
were
2 years
together
to
for
get
2
married,
years,
yeah.
and then we got married on our 4-year anniversary.
Yeah, what an amazing moment that was. And then I think at the time we are like, oh, let's move before we kind of plan our wedding. There was nothing in the area that we wanted to really.
We
or
didn't want to
nowhere.
get married in Terrace. We didn't want to build a life there. We were just there because it's what we were doing. And then our apartment was being sold. And we didn't have a choice but to move, which was fine. We didn't necessarily want to keep being there anyway, but there was nowhere in town that would accept pets.
Unless there was one place that was $2,300 a month.
And we weren't going to do that.
So yeah, our apartment was being sold, no places for pets, and
I'm not giving up my kitty.
Yeah, we had one at the time. So then we're like, where do we go? And I had a job offer in 2 different cities, neither of which will be named, thankfully. Yeah, I've doxed myself enough on the internet.
But we essentially went, well, wherever hires us is where we'll go.
And I did have 2 different offers at the time. It is
Yeah.
important to note that. So like we did have a choice in terms of,
do we stay in BC? Do we move another province?
yeah, and then at the time we kind of just discussed things, and we're like, oh, this other opportunity seems pretty good. We took it and we moved, and it's been good ever since for the most part. But we ended up getting married in that city, which was great actually. Like it was a beautiful little venue. All of our friends and family came out for a week.
Yeah.
Something that we hadn't really done in the past, which was nice.
We haven't had any of our family visit until then.
Yeah, I mean, getting across Canada's a pain.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not like a small trip or anything. It's not like gas is cheap either.
No, but yeah, I mean, man, I still remember when we started like wedding planning and stuff, and we had some ideas of what we wanted, and we did have a wedding planner, thankfully, who worked for the venue that we got married at, and she was wonderful.
We had a place organizer. I was the wedding planner.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, my apologies.
I put a lot of work into that. I love the girl.
Yeah,
She's not taking credit for it. She set everything up for like the tables and made
set up
sure
all
that
like the food and the liquor and stuff too. Like
Yes.
they did do.
we got married in
Yeah.
a hotel. Do that.
Yeah,
Get married in a hotel. You get discounts on the rooms for your guests.
and the venues are usually pretty good. Like for what it's worth, we had 3 rooms, and all the rooms were very large. I felt like
3? We had 2.
so technically we had 3 because the room that we got married in is partitioned. So they knocked the
Oh.
partition down to allow us
Yeah,
to like we walk in from one side, and then because yeah, I mean they did the big wedding dress reveal with the partition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I blacked out then too. No memory of that. I start crying. I don't know what happened after that. Just waterworks.
It's true. I was walking down with my dad, and I look up like,
I don't know if I
he's
said-
already crying.
I'm gonna be honest. When your dad, he like shook my hand and said something to me,
I think
And
he had said something along the lines of, "You now it's your turn to take care of her," or something
like that, and like I'm crying thinking about it now. But like I just blacked out. I don't even know if I said words to him. I was just like, that might have actually been exactly how it was. And I
It's
love your dad.
possible.
We've had a lot of good conversations, and like to be like that, I was like, yeah.
It was great. It was so funny. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I can't cry. I paid a lot of money for my makeup. I can't do that. I can't do that.
I also paid a lot of money for my makeup.
Oh, definitely. You were much prettier than I was.
Yeah, it was so. I look like such a disaster because it was so humid. My hair was everywhere. Yeah, it was just.
It was pretty warm. We got married in July.
Yeah, so it's like luckily we're inside, so it wasn't as bad. It was way worse when we went out for photos.
Oh, we went out for
Yeah.
pictures in a park, in your favorite park.
The park, yeah.
Yeah, it was warm. By the end of it, when we got back, I was like, "Oh, my hair is so frizzy. Oh my god, it's okay. We're fine."
Oh, I know. When I could finally I had my hair half up, half down,
Yeah.
and like I could finally take the ponytail out. I was just like, oh, it's so good.
But it was a lot of fun. And then we had your boss take our pictures, which
He's the best.
I love the pictures. That was one of the things I was most worried about in general regarding getting married. It was like,
It's a good thing about
I
being a
need
journalist. I know so many photographers.
who can actually take good pictures of me, because I hate pictures of me. And yeah, we had a photographer, and then she had to duck out because of some other reasons, which sucked, but it was fine. Like, totally got it.
It's a good thing we knew 3 other photographers in town.
That's true. Well, we were sitting, we're like, oh, we got to find someone now. And Chris was like, well, I know these other people. I was like, great, we'll see how much they're going to charge. Yeah.
We only really got quoted by my boss too. We're like, he's like, oh, I'll
Yeah.
do it for this amount. I'm like, sweet.
We're
let's do it.
like, cool. Your picture. Oh, look, I like your stuff. Okay, cool.
It was also half as much as like our original photographer.
Yeah. Which is fine, because we were going to, like, she was traveling from Terrace.
Yeah, she was traveling out to
So we were
see
paying
us,
her gas and
and her hotel
and the travel and
yeah.
the hotel. So like that was a good chunk of that.
And luckily he was local, so like it made
Oh, yeah.
everything a lot easier. It was nice to share that day with him too. He's a great guy.
You came and picked me up from the hotel, took me to do my makeup, my hair, took pictures of that, went and took pictures of you, came back and picked me up and went back to the hotel. It was great. And then I accidentally glitter bombed his car.
We did, yeah. We had
My veil was very sparkly.
Yeah.
They had told me when I got the veil, now you can try your dress on, you can take that out of the bag to get your alteration. Don't take the veil out of the bag, you won't get it back in. I was like, okay, makes sense, whatever. Well, I took it out of the bag in the hotel room and went, oh no, there was a trail of glitter. I was like, oh, this is a mistake. I should have taken this out of the bag like 2 days ago and shaken it out. Oh no. And so yeah, I had the veil on. We got in the car to go and do our pictures.
Yep.
And I got out of the car and went, oh, there was a stripper exploded. That's what
that's what he said. Yeah,
yeah.
That was the joke that was made.
It was like, yeah, no, it was a stripper who exploded in the back seat. It was like, okay, tell your girlfriend that I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, and so then we got back in the car and I got in on the other side for whatever reason. And so your back was covered in glitter and the other side of the seat was covered in glitter at that point. I felt very bad.
My forehead was covered. It was everywhere.
There was glitter everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you have a sparkly veil, take it out a couple days before and shake it.
Yeah. Lessons learned, right?
It was fun.
And like looking back, we're over the hump of getting married. We're in our honeymoon year, I guess is what it would really be. We've been living together the whole time. Everything's felt the
Literally.
same.
People are like, "Oh, is it different being married?" I'm like, "There's a ring now, and if we decide to leave each other, we have to pay money."
Because the thing is,
That's
like,
the difference.
the special thing for us, I guess, is like we've been together 4 years and we've lived together for 4 years.
Yeah.
Our lives have been entirely intertwined for 4 years. Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, when they get married too, like maybe they live together for a little while.
There's a lot who don't even live together before they get married, which is a mistake. Live together before you get married. You don't know the person until you live with them.
Yeah. And it's true. I think like people's like nuances and the annoyances, like you don't really know what you're getting into until you've lived together and you've had some
I know
experience.
who they are. Oh, they do that every day. Oh, do I really like them? Like that's so common.
One of the things that happened today, even like it happens all the time with us, is like we are vastly different in terms of how we live. Like when I was alone, I was like so clean on everything. Like nothing would ever be filthy at all. And then like
if there's a surface, I will put things on it.
You guys can't see it right now, but there's a lot of garbage in the background. It's just everywhere, which is fine.
In my defense, half of that is cardboard because it's been too cold to take it outside.
I think people expect to mesh their lives together and it just everything has to fit like piece by piece. Just not how it happens. Like you're gonna compromise on some things and you're gonna have to really like dig in, like because there's gonna be some battles you'll never win, right? Like there's some things where you're never gonna be able to change somebody and you shouldn't look to change anybody, but like there's habits that you're not gonna be able to break and there's things that you're not gonna be able to consider, and like you have to really take your partner's feelings and practices into consideration. And I know you're probably surprised I'm saying that because sometimes it's tough.
I'm thinking of I Get Sad Too.
I Get Sad Too. Oh yeah.
I
oh no.
Only recently have gotten even slightly better mentally. Still have a long way to go. Still
take care of your mental health,
yeah. So because I don't care. I have depression, anxiety, ADHD, borderline personality disorder, PTSD, all the fun stuff. So I quite frequently break down and spiral. Not as much as I used to, but I don't even remember what it was. I don't know what I was losing my mind about, but I was in the middle of a spiral.
I'm pretty sure we're still in the box.
That's yeah, we were in the box still, 100%. We had only been together for a couple months. Like I don't even think it was Christmas yet.
No, I can't remember. I think it was just like, I don't know.
I was spiraling about something.
It may have been pretty early on, actually.
It was really early on.
Okay, maybe it was that first like. Okay, when we moved in together, I'll reveal this too. Her apartment was.
I had a depression apartment.
It might have been the messiest thing she may have lived in the messiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It also didn't help that it was a box, but
oh, you'd think that would make it easier. No, because I think it was because I spent one day just cleaning, like, and she didn't even have a full kitchen. It was a kitchenette.
Barely.
And I think it took me a full day of just collecting dishes and scraping stuff. And oh gosh.
I was severely depressed and wanted to no longer be here.
Yeah, so I cleaned up that. And then I think towards like maybe the second day is when it happened, when I was like starting to clean everything else. And
I think I had a breakdown about that.
I think you were just getting overwhelmed because like I had to like pick up all the stuff and move it, and I was throwing stuff out, and like
yeah,
I was just, and at the time too, I'm just like cleaning, right? Like I don't even think there was anything going on. I think you were just on your phone.
Yep.
And I was like throwing stuff out, and then I think you got up because you're like, no, I'll do it, and I'm like, it's all good. Like I've already started. Like let me finish what I've started, right? And then you start freaking out, and then that just started a spiral, basically. Yeah.
I was losing my mind, because I'm broken, and yeah, we were.
And then I know. No, because I sorry, I think I remember, yeah, because you were like crying on the ground, and I was just like,
no, we were on the bed.
Okay, that means yeah, we're on your side. I was on your side too, which wasn't a big room, but yeah, nope. Sides nonetheless. And then yeah, you're like crying, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" And you're like, "I don't know, I'm just crying." You're like, "I'm just."
I was like, I can't explain it. If I try and explain it, it's not gonna work, and I can't put it into words. And I know that you were doing everything you could to just calm me down.
Yeah, 'cause I was like,
And you
it's
were
okay, it's
trying to
okay.
find words to make me feel better.
Yeah.
And he looked at me
I
dead
tried
in the
basically
eyes
everything.
and in all seriousness and with all of the love in his heart and went, "It's okay. I get sad too sometimes." That broke me out of it
And
because
then she
I
started
looked at him
laughing.
like, "You what? What?" Yeah. So now that's a thing. It's okay. I get sad too sometimes.
Yeah, you went from like crying hysterically to laughing hysterically.
I was not expecting like it. I, I'm used to the well. It's fine. You'll be fine. It's okay. You'll get over it. I get sad too sometimes.
I tried that. I was like, oh, it'll be okay. Like, I'll keep cleaning. It'll be fine.
Like
Nothing's
I know
wrong.
it'll be fine, but it's not right now.
Yeah, and I was like, what am I supposed to say or do? And I was just
I
like,
get sad too sometimes.
I feel like I'm pretty emotionally intelligent most of the time, but there's moments like that.
Sometimes the brain and the mouth do not connect.
And honestly, like, I think that was a good example. And it's been the same throughout our whole relationship. Is like sometimes, like, our words and our actions don't always clearly show it, but there's always like good intentions in your heart.
Exactly.
And because I was like, I don't know what to do, but I just want to help you. I don't know how to help you, but I want to help you. And I think like, and I think a lot of the time too, we do quite often just like lead with love, and it's
Yeah.
pretty easy between us. But that doesn't always mean that we say the right words or do the right things.
Well, I mean, at least I like my partner. I love you, but I also like you.
Yeah, we're best friends.
There's
I
a
don't know
lot
what
of
else to
people
say.
who love their partner and don't like them at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a deep love between us. We're best friends.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, it's funny because I guess in the grand scheme of like the whole lifetime, we haven't been together that long, but it feels like we've been together forever already.
Oh yeah. I mean, you met my parents on your way back.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
You met your parents before I even got home.
Oh no, sorry. I think I met you there. I think I had waited because I was in.
Oh yeah, you were driving around waiting until I got there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in like a neighboring city. I just stopped earlier. I had spent the day there. But no,
But-
like yeah, we were. Yeah, I met your parents. There was a very, very, very strange conversation.
Yeah.
And
was...
not when I met your parents liked me almost immediately. At least
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they did.
Oh, they did 100%. And
But it was more strange
yeah,
because
my brother did too, which was very strange for me.
you had just deposited a ring, and then you're like, I got this guy now, and we're moving in together. And don't get me wrong, my parents were like, "Are you okay? Like, should I call somebody?"
He went home for that friend's wedding after visiting me for a month and a half. He went back with a backpack, and that was it. And his parents went, "Where's your stuff?" He went, "Funny story. I'm gonna go back to Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Half
pack
my
up
stuff
my
was
life."
in 2 different cities.
Yep. And he's like, "I'm gonna pack up my life and then move back to northern BC." And they went, "You're not going back to that station, are you?" And he's like, No.
They were so reassured when I'm like, no, I've got a better paying job, higher ranking.
Yep. And you're like, "And I'm moving in with this girl who's on air there." And they went, "What?
What?
You wait, when did this happen?" So that was a very fun conversation. And then yeah, I hadn't told my parents yet. Like, I don't even think I had told them that you would come to visit. They just knew that I had broken it off with my
They
ex.
heard me in the background of like one of your things.
Yeah, and they're like,
when they had called.
"Ooh," and I'm like, "I have a friend." And they're like, "Okay." And I think my dad just ignored it.
Yeah, your dad at the beginning was like, I have no idea what's going
He's
on.
like,
I'm
"I'm
dealing
gonna
with this."
pretend that this isn't happening and that I didn't hear or see anything. Anyway,
Your parents are the best, by the way. Like that's
yeah, they love you.
like I'd put that on the record anytime. Like your parents are the best.
They love you. So yeah, I was going back home. I don't remember what. Oh, I was going back to see the comedy show with my friend.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And so you had packed up your stuff in Thunder Bay and you were driving back and you needed somewhere to stay overnight. And I was like, well, if you're gonna be there, may as well just stay with me. So I asked my parents, is like,
oh, that's right. I actually forgot that I stayed there.
Yeah, because
I left early the next morning. Yeah.
And so yeah, we was like, well, hey mom, can here's a fun story. I'm gonna have a guy move in with me when I get back home. He's actually gonna be there before I get back home. But he needs somewhere to stay. So can he come and stay with us for a night? My mom was like, what is going on? So I had to go over the entire thing with my mom, which was very weird. And she's like, okay, whatever you want. I was like, you're cool with this? Okay, sure. This is different. And yeah, you got there before I did. I came into town And I was like, hey, I'm home. Here's the address. And you showed up, and my parents are like, oh, he's normal looking. And I was like, cool, great. And then, yeah, the next day you had left. I gave you my key so that you could get into the apartment.
No, you had 2 keys at the time, and I had one already.
Right.
Because sometimes it would come and go differently. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I came back to you in my apartment, and you never left.
Yeah, and I do remember meeting your parents because, like, it's funny. I've met a lot of people just in general and parents in my time, and like, you're not always accepted immediately, but I did feel pretty accepted pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, they were like, oh my God, you talk?
And like, I'm a yapper. Like, there's, I mean, I could host like 12 of my own podcasts. I yap so much. And just in general, I think that went pretty well. And like, I think through my job as well, I've just learned the art of small talk, at least to some extent.
Yeah.
And I had great conversations with your folks the first few days. They asked me a lot of great questions, and we got to know each other pretty well. And I think it was a few months later, we went back again. So
Yeah.
Christmas, I think.
We went back for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because
we got snowed in the following year.
Yes, we did.
But yeah, either way, like, yeah, we got to know you. I got to know your parents pretty well. They were very accepting very quickly.
My brother was really accepting of you too, which
we have a lot in common too, me and your brother.
Which looking back, was very obvious.
Yeah.
But I was like, wait, I've been out with my friend for the last 2 hours, and the two of you haven't left the kitchen, and he was just coming down for food, and yay!
Yeah, and I had like and it's funny too. Sometimes you think about like kissing ass or whatever, but like,
you didn't have to.
I had no interest in doing that. I was just like, I'd rather them, especially because like maybe early on I was like, this could be a forever thing, especially like moving in together and whatnot. I'm like, I'd rather make the effort to get to know them genuinely and be myself. Because like, you can make stuff up and you can be somebody else forever, but it doesn't really get you anywhere. And just getting to know your brother, getting to know your folks, I was like, it just made a lot more sense for me, and it was very easy. And even now,
it's like, the family I never had.
Yeah. No, like, and yeah, they treat me like family, which is amazing now.
Oh, they love you.
Yeah.
And it was adorable because at the wedding, my brother had stopped. He's like, I have a brother now. I was like, yes, you do.
Actually, I never thought of that too. I have a brother now too.
You do? Yeah, Chris is an only sibling. Only child.
Yeah, I'm an only child. Yeah. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I'm an only child. Small family as well. So just getting more family was nice. Yeah. And more friends as well. I mean, I don't know if I'm explicitly friends with any of your friends, but
no, but they like you.
Yeah, try to be friendly with them. I've talked to a few of them more extensively than others. Which,
yeah. No, that happens. I mean,
yeah.
One of your friends' daughters called me Pretty Princess the entire wedding. So
oh yeah,
I love that little girl.
No, it was an easy integration. I think in general too, like when couples get together, sometimes it can be tough, even when you're just amalgamating like friendships and stuff, because like they don't have to be friends with each other, but they have like you have to be able to like put up with each other's friends once if you go back for Christmas or
I mean, I adopted
event, whatever.
2 of them. Well, they're a couple friend now.
Yeah.
But one of them was your friend, and I'm like, oh look, the 2 of you are boyfriends.
And that's the other thing too, not the boyfriends part, but just we are. I love him. I'm gonna move to a state where we can get married as well.
It's okay. Their kid is adorable.
Yeah, but no, just no, I think that was another thing for us too, is like we got along with each other's like friends and friend groups pretty easily, and like we did make couple friends. We kind of amalgamated a lot of that. So that's another thing people don't really think about, is like when you're meshing lives, like, because dating is definitely one thing, and I have a lot of thoughts on dating, and I know you do too, and that's half the reason that we're sitting here talking and considering a podcast. But when you think about dating, there's a lot of these like, I think people need to experience these things, but I don't think enough people think about it in the moment, because not enough people stop to think about what's going on. When you're in a moment, a lot of people just want to get into the moment or rush through the moment, right? Sometimes you experience something that you just need to think about, and I think a lot of people don't think about the small things, or they don't.
A lot of people don't think.
Yeah, I think that's true. I don't know. I'm so frustrated even thinking about it, like seeing all these dating shows, even seeing like my friends date, and like,
I love your friends. They have questionable dating choices.
Yeah, so do yours.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, you're not always gonna find your forever right away. Like, there's no rush to find it. Your forever will come when the time is right. I always say that.
We were both with somebody else, and we moved to a totally different area.
Yeah, because people rush their lives, right? They're like, it has to be now, it has to be earlier. It's
They
like
put deadlines on certain things that shouldn't have deadlines.
the time when you're doing something, like no matter what it is, whether it's going to school or finding a partner or just whatever it may be, the time is always right for you at that time.
Yeah.
It should never be, I had to wait 10 years to start something, I had to wait 30 years to start something. It's like, no, the time was right for you. And we see that all the time in modern day. People start careers super late, they get famous super late, maybe they discover something late or very early. Like there's just, life is so crazy.
Yeah.
There's just no way to it. And I think it's the same with dating. Like you'll find your forever person when you find them, and more than that, like take into consideration every moment with them, and think about them. If you were to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, how would you want any situation to unfold?
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really important, because sometimes, like, you have petty fights about stuff, and that happens all the time too. And
It'll
like,
happen regardless.
I think it's just about, if you are going to have a dispute about something, you should consider both sides of the coin. Sorry, I'm stumbling a little bit here. You should consider both sides of the coin, and then really consider, like, because it's never about right or wrong. It's just about the two perspectives of something going on.
Yeah.
So if you have the two perspectives, you have to think like, I might not be right, I might not be wrong, but how do we fix this in the future? And a lot of the times too, those issues are like very underlying, and they're very long term too. It's never just like that one moment where you're like, they didn't take the garbage out, or dinner's late, or maybe they, I don't know, did something. It's always, if there's a large issue, then it's something overarching more than anything, right? I think that's at least how I look at it.
As we watched on all of those dating shows of, you did this 4 years ago. I'm still mad about it because you won't take account. But I said sorry, but you still keep doing it. Like,
and we will most certainly talk about that, because
yeah.
I'd like to start, next episode. I think we're almost at the end of this episode, but next episode, start with Temptation Island. And because I look at that show as like a perfect example of like allowing people to think without their partners can be a big thing too, because like you get a good perspective on what's going on. You're apart for so long, so you do kind of naturally gravitate towards like, do I miss them or do I not miss them? Is life good with them or without them? And those are things you don't consider when you're stuck with somebody in close quarters or just day to day.
Yeah. Because there's also like one of the most common themes with it is like, oh, I found out I don't need them, I want them. Well, that should be the thing anyway. I love you, I don't need you, I want you.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need you, but I also know I'm not going to combust.
And that's something that I think in this relationship I've tried to embrace a little bit more, because I think maybe in past relationships I'm like, oh, it's like a need versus a want. I think here, like,
you need me to cook for you, that's about it.
Yeah, and even then I can still I can still feed myself.
Yeah,
Obviously, I'm
it's
just
fine.
a horrendous cook. But no, like,
He doesn't cook for a reason. I don't
Yeah.
let him in my kitchen.
I should not be allowed in the kitchen.
No, I had to tell him to use salt on chicken.
Yeah, but just in general, like I think about, I never want the pressure of like you're still here because you need like, you need the money or you need whatever it may be, right? Like I like the idea of financial independence, because then if something happens to either of us, like the other one's still good.
Yeah.
You're not stuck here because of the money, I'm not stuck here because of the money, that kind of thing. There's no like real codependency. You leave, I leave, we come and go. Like,
Yeah.
things are normal, right? And
Like when I go and visit home for a weekend or whatever, you're like, I get a weekend.
yeah, you get a weekend to yourself, and then by the end of the weekend, you're like, I miss them. I wish they were back already.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm sleeping alone, I don't like
Yeah.
this.
I miss the
This is weird.
sounds. I miss, the conversations, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's another perspective a lot of couples just generally don't have.
Yeah.
Because
Like, oh, well, I'm either with you all the time or we're not together at all. And we have to be together all the time.
Yeah.
No, I love you, go away. Like, it works.
Yeah, relationships are built on a lot more than just.
I'll sit here and
the
do my
happy
own thing and
times.
watch my own show or do my crafts or whatever, and you'll sit in your room and game with your friends. Like, I don't care.
Oh yeah, you definitely.
You have to have your own hobbies and your own desires and your own wants and needs apart from your partner.
I think it boils down to you just need to be your own person, even in the relationship. But that doesn't mean in
You're a
spite
couple,
of.
but you're still individual.
Yeah, and that's not in spite of the relationship,
No.
right? Like, you need to respect, and it's so complicated to explain, but yeah, you need to respect each other, be together, need each other, want each other, but also be able to be separate and entirely separate lives, entirely separate everything.
You
But then
can't be
also
with them all the
together.
time. You have to be your own person sometimes.
but also together sometimes. And
Exactly.
it's one of those things where there's like I think every couple has a different balancing act in terms of
Right.
what that looks like. Like for us, we spend a good amount of time, I would say, together throughout the day. And then we also have times apart, and then we come together, and then we'll try to plan things to do together. And then
Exactly.
that's all I gotta say. I'm happily married. I ain't trying to meet nobody, but
I hope not.
I'll give you opinions on your stuff. That's all I gotta say.
I'll be very opinionated. Hopeful takes wise.
I think that's a perfect segue. So our podcasts, our episodes will be coming out Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays.
Yeah, it'll be 12 noon Eastern every single Tuesday. And you can tune in. We're uploading to YouTube right now. We'll have clips on TikTok and Instagram. Everything will be linked below. And yeah, hopefully in the future we'll expand like Spotify, wherever else you get your podcast. But for now,
We'll see how it
YouTube will be
goes.
our home. Yeah. And then for now, yeah, clips and stuff will be posted on Instagram, TikTok. I don't know what the accounts are right now. Actually, I don't think we've made anything.
We haven't made them yet, but they will be linked in descriptions.
Yeah, maybe there'll be some banners on your screen. It could be in the corner over here somewhere. I'm so short I can't reach the corner.
You're so short.
See you next week.